Wait, who's that? Someone's waiting for us. Rear Admiral Mikhailovich.
Rear Admiral Mihailovic, 5th Fleet.
I guess I didn't pronounce that right. Mikhailovic, then. Whatever.
We weren't told to expect you, sir. I would have prepared a formal greeting.
Spare me the pleasantries. I command the 63rd Scout Flotilla. You and the Normandy were slated for my unit after shakedown. Then the Council got their paws, claws, tentacles, whatever. They got them on our ship, and you.
I don't like this guy.
I still serve the Alliance, sir. As a Spectre, I can advance our interests to the Council.
You still know what color your blood is, Shepard? I don't begrudge the politician's decision to throw you to the Council. It's an opportunity. I do begrudge this over-designed piece of tin, though.
Gotta stand by our ship, of course.
This ship saved our lives a dozen times over.
An exaggeration. I've read your reports. This experiment diverted billions from our appropriations bills. For the same price, we could have had a heavy cruiser. But no, we had to make nice to the Turians, throw money at a co-developed boondoggle. I'm here to make an inspection, Commander. Normandy is an Alliance warship. I intend to see she's up to snuff.
I'm sure you'll find everything in order, Admiral.
I'll just bet. Wait here. I won't be long. Commander, I'm not happy.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir.
Who designed that CIC? Putting the commander aft of everyone else is inefficient. What if he needs to discuss with the operators toward the bow?
I got to use more charm options to convince this guy that things aren't as bad as he is determined to think they are.
Modified Turian style. They prefer commanders looking over their subordinates, rather than in the middle of them. We wanted to see how effectively they can command with that setup.
Reasonable goal, but they should have studied that in a lab rather than on a frontline warship. I had to shake my head at that drive core of yours. 120 billion credits at element 0 to make this thing able to move without giving itself away. You realize we could make drive cores for 12,000 fighters with that money? What good is it to hide for a few hours anyway? Useless.
Depends on what you're doing.
We can loiter in an enemy system and monitor traffic, or drop infiltration teams on enemy worlds. Normandy can be more effective than the Solarian STG.
Maybe. But that's not the job of a proper warship. We're supposed to find and kill the enemy fleet, not count how many times their garrison goes to the bathroom. And we need to talk about your crew, Commander. Krogan? Asari? Turians? What are you thinking, Commander? You can't allow alien nationals free access to Alliance equipment.
Don't insult my crew. They're our allies and my friends, damn you.
Between Saren and the Geth, we have enough enemies out here. Treating other species with suspicion and distrust won't win hearts and minds.
That assumes the hearts and minds are worth winning. That hasn't been proven yet. You have anything else to say, Commander? Any other justifications for the state of this vessel?
I think the Normandy is a good ship, sir. Even if you disagree, you have to see that her joint construction and multiracial crew make the Alliance look better.
Your job is to look good, Commander. The Alliance navies is to win wars. I'm not convinced Normandy isn't a waste of taxpayer money, but I am convinced that you believe otherwise, and that you'll use it to its best ability. I'll be submitting a report to the Joint Military Council. It will not be as negative as I'd planned. Good hunting, Commander Shepard. Make us proud.
I am really glad that Admiral Hackett is our commander, not this asshole. Anyway, Liara with us on assignment for the first time.
Did you know Citadel Security is the largest multi-species law enforcement agency in Council space?
No, I did not.
It was the Turians who first suggested creating a single organization to maintain order on the Citadel. Perhaps that is why more than half the force is Turian.
Perhaps it is. Perhaps it's not. Who knows? Anyway, since Liara is new to our fold, we have to allocate her some points. Liara is the first full biotic squad mate we have. She does not share the specialty with combat or tech like Kaidan and Garrus do. Sorry, Kaidan and Rex. She has a number of interesting talents that can be very, very useful. She also has no way to use any weapons other than pistols, and no points to put in any weapon skill, so as a pure fighter she's not that useful, but the biotics can be very helpful in many occasions. I'm going to unlock some stuff. Warp is, I don't know if anybody else has, I think Rex has that as well. Damages nearby enemies and objects and makes them more vulnerable to further damage. Throw, of course, is what Kaidan also has. Kaidan also has lift, I think. Singularity is a very, very useful talent. Projects a sphere of dark energy that creates an intense Mass Effect field. Nearby enemies and objects will be drawn into the Singularity, unable to escape its gravitational pull. This is a very useful talent, especially against sappers and stalkers and these other enemies that jump around a lot, because it will make them just float around. Lift and throw also work against them, but Singularity is particularly effective, especially in affecting more than one enemy at a time. So let's give her some points in that. Barrier is the protection that both Kaidan and Rex also have, which can be useful to keep them from dying. Stasis I do not find very useful, because it immobilizes the target, but it also prevents them from being damaged while they're in stasis, so it doesn't really do much good. So I won't be putting any points in there. Let's give her some first aid points so she can help. She also has electronic skills, which, like mine, give her overload if we use points there. Let's see, let's put some points into Asari Scientist, which improves pretty much all her abilities. Let's max that out, why not? Lift is another good one. Suspends enemies in the air so they are unable to move or attack, and you can freely shoot them while they are hanging about. Let's see. Like that, why not? Tali has 14 points to distribute. Let's improve her shotguns and her basic armor to make her a bit more resilient. And give her the improved overload ability. And damping, a talent that I also have. I think I have all of the talents that Tali has, which is why she's not usually that useful in your squad if you're playing as an engineer like I am. Well, let's give her some more Quarian Machinist points to improve her overall stats. Tali is normally a very useful squad mate to take with you if you're not playing as an engineer for electronics and decryption, because it allows you to open average and hard objects if you have enough points allocated. Of course, I can just allocate those points to myself. I could still choose not to do that, but because overload in particular is a very useful skill to have, sabotage is as well, I want to put points in there for myself, because I like those skills. Sabotage is not as useful as overload, though, but it is still useful. We're level 18 already, doing quite well. Alright, let's go down. See if there's any new news or interesting squad mate talk in the elevator.
Alliance officials have raided a dangerous cult controlled by a former Alliance officer, Major Kyle. Major Kyle surrendered and is now being treated for severe post-traumatic stress disorder.
And that's another kind of nice touch, is that after you've done some missions, you'll find that a lot of the news items are about stuff that you've done. Although personally I still prefer squad talk, but we're not getting any, apparently. Alright, so we want to go to the Embassy Lounge to talk to Nasana. Ask her what that message was about.
Commander Shepard, sorry to bother you. This is Lieutenant Girard down in the docking bay. There is a woman here. She was rescued from Batarian slavers a few weeks ago. She is from Mindwar. I guess she was taken in the raid on your town.
This is the Colonist specific assignment that you get after you come back to the Citadel after completing at least one major mission. I like this assignment. Let's see what we can do to help.
She's been a slave for the past 13 years? Is she alright?
Not really. She's a little messed up. She got free somehow, grabbed a gun from one of my guys. Now she's holed up here in the docking bay. She says she wants to die. I hope you talk to her. It's a long shot, but you went through the same thing. The raid. I figured maybe you could talk her out of her tree.
This guy is incredibly French, isn't he? Incredibly fake French as well.
I'm on my way, Lieutenant. Sit tight.
Anything you could do would be great. I don't want to... she's been through enough. I'll have my men stand by for you.
Okay. New assignment. Oh, we got a couple actually. We got some more minerals. Sorry, diplomacy is the message from Nasana Dantius. So we need to meet with Nasana for that. Then this one is Citadel. I remember me. We need to go see Lieutenant Girard at the Citadel docking bay. Well, let's do that. So we're just gonna go straight back up the elevator. Couldn't have called us while we were still up there. Would have saved some time.
In other news, Exogeny Corp is still denying reports that one of their survey teams has gone missing in the Hades Gamma Cluster. When asked why communication with the survey team was suddenly cut off last week, company officials refused to comment.
I think we've already heard that one. Let's see if we can help with this poor woman who was a slave for 13 years. Of course, being able to help essentially means having enough charm points to be able to help. As always.
Commander, glad to see you.
Wish it were under better circumstances. Where is she?
Behind those shipping containers. I've got a sniper position, but I don't think we'll need him. She's only a danger to herself. We've got a sedative to calm her down, but we can't get close to her. Every step we take gets her more wound up.
You seem awfully worried about her.
I'm just doing my job, Commander.
Okay. I think there's more to that.
I hope I don't need it. Tell your men to stand by.
Don't push her too hard. If she seems liable to pull the trigger, back off, or walk away. I am willing to wait her out. Good luck, Commander.
Okay, so she is hiding behind those crates. Let's see if we can help. What do you have to say?
The Normandy is amazing, Shepard. It's an honor to be among her crew.
You already said that before.
Seeing the ward stretching out before you really makes you appreciate the Citadel as a true wonder of Prothean engineering.
Except we're not entirely certain if they actually built it. And you were the one who said that. Okay. Let's see if we can help this poor girl.
Stop! Stop! What are you?
My name is Shepard. Lieutenant Gerard sent me to talk to you. What's your name?
Animals don't get names. The Masters put their symbols on her. Hot metal all over her back. She screams when they do it.
You're not an animal. Your parents. What did they call you? Do you remember them?
She remembers a lot of things. Talitha. They call her that. She doesn't remember the rest. Leave her alone.
She seems to dissociate from her former life. Let's investigate.
What's the last thing you remember from Mindwar?
Fires. Smells of smoke and burning meat. Animals screaming as the Masters cage them. As they put the metal to their backs. Put the wires in their brains. She pretends to be dead. If she's dead, she can't work. But they know. She hopes to leave. But they put her in the pen. She didn't fight. She was already broken when they put the wires in.
Talitha, you were what, 6 years old? No one blames you for staying quiet and hoping they'd go away. The only person blaming you is you.
She wants to believe that. She wants to believe nothing would change. She doesn't want to be there anymore. In the pen, in the cages, lying quiet while they do things to her.
How did you get here? Did you escape?
She can't escape. They have chains, wires, needles. You go too far, they take your brains away. Animals like her come. Animals with guns. They make the Masters explode. She tries to fix the Masters so they won't be mad at her. She puts all the reds and purples back in, but they don't move. The other animals take her.
So, it seems she was rescued.
You were afraid. All you'd known for 13 years was the Master's abuse, so you tried to heal them.
She doesn't want to see other animals. They're not real. They can't be real. They can't see her. If the animals can see her, then this is real. But it can't be. The wires, the chains, the hitting. This doesn't happen to her. It's another girl. A dirty girl. Stupid girl. She deserves it. It happens to her. Doesn't it? They see her, so it's real. She doesn't want it to be real.
What happened to your parents?
She sees them. They're yelling, "Run! Hide!" They hit the Masters. But the Masters, they have lights and hoses. Daddy's... he's melting! Shh! She doesn't want to see that! Don't make her look! Don't look! Stupid! Stupid!
I know it hurts, Talitha. I'm sorry. But you need to deal with this. What happened to them? Think.
When she thinks, water comes out of her eyes. The Masters beat her when she wastes water. So she doesn't think anymore. She sees them. Mommy and Daddy. Burning in white light, melting, going to pieces. They can't even say anything to her. They're dead, Shepard. They try to save her and the Masters burn them. Can she stop remembering now, please?
I was on Mindwar. My parents died in the raid.
Lying! You get hit for lying! Get the buzz or the burning. Can't be there. Why are you alive? Why are you? Why aren't you like her? Broken, only fit to dig and carry.
For a while, I was broken. I lost my whole family, Talitha. My friends, my childhood. I had to pull myself up and keep going.
You lose your mommy and daddy, but you don't dig, you don't carry. You stand up. She wishes she could stand up.
I'm going to take a step towards you now. Okay?
she's no good. Don't want to be handled again.
I'm going to take a step towards you now. Okay?
She doesn't want... Don't touch her!
I think you can actually do that in between the Paragon options, instead of all at the end. Kind of forgot about that.
I'm going to take a step towards you now. Okay?
Please don't touch her. She's dirty. You'll catch it.
Talitha, this will make you sleep. If you fall asleep, they'll take you to a place where you can get better.
Will she have bad dreams?
You'll dream of a warm place, and when you wake up, you'll be in it.
She'd like that. It hurts when I remember me. But she wants to remember.